So, Class 8 Geography NCERT, we have chapter number 3, Minerals and Power Resources. So first of all, we will be covering minerals. What are minerals? Minerals are natural occurring substances. Natural occurring substances having definite chemical composition. This is the definition of minerals. There are two types. First is metallic, which contains metals, and non-metallic, that doesn't have the properties of a metal. And metallic are subdivided into two types: ferrous, that contains iron; non-ferrous, that doesn't contain iron. Ferrous metal, we have iron ore, as the name itself suggests, manganese, chromates, etc. Non-metals, limestone, coal, petroleum, etc. Metals can be extracted by three processes. First is mining, and second is mining is of two types: open cast, when metal is at shallow depth, and shaft mining. When deep mining is done. Next is drilling. By drilling by making tunnels, we can extract metal. Quarrying, by simply digging. Metals are found in two forms. Igneous, deep within the earth, and metamorphic, that changes. Sedimentary also, by deposition. Like coal, petroleum, that is found by a long process. Now we are talking about continent where metals are found. First is Asia. China and India have large deposits of iron. China and India. It produces half of world's tin. And for tin, China, Malaysia, and Indonesia are world's top producers. China also leads in production of lead, antimony, and tungsten. Tungsten is a metal used in electric bulbs. Now the second continent is Europe. Leading producer of iron ore. And the largest deposits are in Russia, that is in upper portions, Ukraine, Sweden and France. In Eastern Europe and European Russia, deposits of copper, lead, zinc, manganese and nickel are found. Now we have North America. There are 3 zones here. First is Canadian. Second zone is Appalachian region. And the third is mountain ranges of West. Canadian zone, that is north of Great Lakes. We have minerals: iron ore, nickel, gold, uranium and copper. Here there is a region known as West Cordilleras, which have deposits of copper, lead, zinc, gold and silver. In Appalachian region, coal is found. Now we have South America. Brazil, a country in South America that produces high grade iron ore, and it is the largest producer. Leading producer of copper, Chile and Peru. Leading producer of copper. Largest producer of tin, Brazil and Bolivia. World's largest producer of tin producer. Oil is found in, that is mineral oil, is found in Venezuela, Argentina, Chile, Peru and Colombia. Now we have Africa. This is the continent which is rich in mineral resources. World's largest producer of producer in world of, first is diamond, gold, all the three precious metals, and platinum, all the three precious minerals. And in gold, the largest producers of the world are Zambia and Zaire. Zimbabwe and Zaire, they are the gold's largest producer. The other minerals found here are copper, iron ore, chromium, uranium, etc. Mineral oil is also found in Nigeria, Libya, and Angola. Now the next continent is Australia. Largest producer of bauxite. Leading producer of gold, diamond, iron ore, tin and nickel. It is also rich in copper, lead, zinc and manganese. Largest gold deposit, Kalgoorlie and Coolgardie. Now the next is Antarctica, the polar region, the snow-covered region. They have deposits in Transatlantic mountains. Here iron is found. At Prince Charles Mountains of East. Now we have next topic, that is uses of minerals. In many industries they are used as a raw material for industries. Computer industry, quartz is used, silicon, germanium is used, bottling industry, many things. Now we have conservation. We have limited minerals, and if we use this inexhaustibly, then one day the time will come when there will be no minerals. So it is essential for the conservation of minerals. Now we have our next topic, that is power resources. They can be categorized into two: conventional and non-conventional. Conventional and non-conventional. Conventional, traditional, that is in earlier days we were dependent on fossil fuels and firewood. That are conventional means. Now firewood, by burning wood we get power. Like in villages, the women's used what we call chulhas, which are fueled by firewood and fossil fuels. By burning fossil fuels, we get power resource. Like for driving a vehicle, we need fuel in the form of petroleum or diesel. In fossils, we have coal. Coal is used as an abundant fuel in iron and steel industry in many thermal power plants. It is made through a very long process of sedimentation. We have coal producing areas in India like Jharia, Jharkhand, Dhanbad region. We can say the region of Chota Nagpur Plateau, Maikal range, they're all Raniganj, etc. Now we have petroleum, another fossil fuel. They are found between the layers of the rocks. In offshore areas also, in coastal areas also, they are found. Diesel, petrol, kerosene, wax, plastics, lubricants, Vaseline are derived from this petroleum, and it is also referred to as black gold. Black gold. In India, they are found in Digboi, Assam. Digboi, Assam. It is an on-field refinery. Bombay, High. And now, recently it was found in 90s deltas of Krishna and Godavari. Now we have natural gas. When petroleum is extracted, the first thing which comes is what is natural gas. The first thing which comes is natural gas, then petroleum, then water. It is found in petroleum deposits. And is earlier I have said, if we are mining for petroleum, the upper portions contain water, then it contains natural gas, then it contains petroleum or crude oil. When crude oil is brought to the surface, the natural gas is extracted. In India, we have natural gas at Krishna Godavari Delta, Krishna and Godavari Delta, Tripura, they have natural gas. This natural gas is what we call low emissions of pollutants. Now we have non-conventional sources. First is the solar. Energy trapped by the sun can be used for power generations. That is called the solar energy. Like today, it is very common that solar plates are coming to trap the solar energy and to convert it into electricity. So solar to electricity. And India is also a founding member of International Solar Alliance. Now second is non-polluting wind energy. The moving wind is trapped by fans, and this energy can be used to produce electricity. It is most common in coastal areas where the wind speed is fast. Now is nuclear energy. Produced from uranium or thorium. Thorium deposits are in Kerala in India. The greatest producer of nuclear power are USA and Europe. In India, Rajasthan and Jharkhand have large deposits of uranium. And like I have said, thorium is found in monazite sands of Kerala. Kalapakkam in Tamil Nadu, Tarapur in Maharashtra, Rana Pratap Sagar in near Kotla in Rajasthan, Narora in Uttar Pradesh, and Kaiga in Karnataka are nuclear power stations. Now we have geothermal energy, the energy from within the earth. This can be trapped and can be used. Energy within earth. Hot waters also can be used, which is coming beneath the earth. Ladakh region has a aspiring Ladakh and Spiti Valley region of Himachal has a very promising areas for trapping of this geothermal energy. Tidal energy, the energy from the tides can be trapped and used for different purposes. Like in Gulf of Kutch, we have tidal mills. Gulf of Kutch. Biogas. Animal dung is stored and treated and decomposed by bacteria, which releases a gas that can be used for energy generation, and the remnant can be used, and the residue can be used as a fertilizer. So this is biogas. So we have our chapter 3. Thank you so much. We have our chapter 4, agriculture. So we have economic activity for the growth of a nation, for the sustenance of the human life. We need economic activity, and economic activity is divided into 3 parts: primary, secondary, and tertiary. In primary sector, it is directly extracted from the nature. It depends on the nature. Like we have 3 primary sectors: agriculture, mining, and fishing. What we get from the primary sector, we process it into the next level, that is the secondary sector. And secondary sector, in the primary sector's output, are transported from one place to another, are dealt by one place to another, or the marketization of the primary and the secondary sector final products is done in the tertiary sector, that is the service sector. Secondary is the manufacturing sector. So we have agriculture sector. As we all know, 70% of the population are engaged in the agricultural activity, but it contributes very less in the in the share of the GDP. We have different types of agriculture. We have different types of agri means land, cropping. Seri means silkworm, silk. Pisciculture is fishing. Viticulture is grape, cultivation of grapes. Horticulture, cultivation of vegetables, flowers and fruits for commercial purpose. Now we have farm system. Farms, they are lands which are used for cultivation, which are used for agriculture. They are called farm. So we have types of farming. First is subsistence farming. Subsistence farming, done on a small scale for fulfillment of the needs of the farming family. Fulfillment of needs of farming family. And this is bifurcated into intensive and primitive. Intensive, what is intensive? Farming is done by simple tools on a low scale. Simple tools, low scale. Now the next is primitive. Earlier the human beings were nomadic, so this nomadic agriculture they used to practice, and in this comes shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Now we second have commercial farming. When farming is done on a large scale and the crops are grown for sale, crops grown for, or agriculture is done for commerce, that is for sale. The third is mixed farming. When agriculture and rearing is done simultaneously, that is called the mixed farming. Rearing livestock. The basic raw material of livestock can be obtained from agriculture. Plantation. When single crop is grown on a vast scale. Single crop grown on a vast scale. Generally for commerce or for sale. For commerce. Like in India, tea, coffee, rubber in the British's time. Rubber, they are all plantation crops. Now we have major crops. First is rice. It is it is grown in tropical. It is a crop of tropical and subtropical area. As you all know, it is a tropical area crop. It will require more amount of water, so needs high temperature and high rainfall. And high humidity also. Best is grown in alluvial soil, that is the Ganga and Brahmaputra plains are famous for rice growing. One thing, West Bengal and Bangladesh grows rice 3 times a year. Now the next is wheat, crop of moderate temperate land. Generally grown in winters in India, so low rainfall or moderate rainfall at the ripening season is good for wheat. And bright sunshine also. Well drained loamy soil. USA, Canada, Argentina, China, Russia, Ukraine, Australia. In India it is grown in winters. The third is millets. They are also known as coarse grain. Jowar, bajra, ragi, grown on less fertile soil. So that's why in Rajasthan also it is grown on sandy soil. Requires low rainfall and high to moderate temperature. Jowar, bajra, ragi, they are coarse grains. Fourth is maize. It is a fodder crop also. Moderate temperature and lots of sunshine. Well drained fertile soil. Maize is grown in North America, Brazil, China, Russia. Now is cotton. It requires high temperature, light rainfall. It also requires 210 forced free days. Best grown on black soil and alluvial soil. India is the leading producer of cotton in the world, and we have a BT cotton, genetically modified cotton crop. Jute, known as golden fiber. It requires alluvial soil and high temperature. Heavy rainfall and humid climate. grown in tropical areas. In India it is grown in West Bengal, Assam. 7th, next is coffee, a plantation crop. It requires warm and wet climate. It requires well-drained loamy soil. Loamy soil. So that's why hill slopes, Nilgiri hills are suitable for coffee plantation. And Brazil is the leading producer of coffee. Now is tea. Coffee is produced. Beverage crop. It is a beverage crop, requires cool climate and high rainfall. Requires well-drained loamy soil. In India, it is grown in Assam, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Now the next topic is agricultural development. In India, earlier it was practiced on a small scale with primitive tools, but as the modern technologies are coming, so that's why modern weapons are used in agriculture. In 1960s, agricultural revolution resulted in the production of the crops. It firstly focused on wheat. So that is how agriculture developed in our country. So this is our chapter 4. Thank you so much.